Oh boy, we saw tempers flare in what was a very, very thrilling 0-0 draw between India and England. As I had said, at the start of the match between India versus England, it will be a battle of aggression, which it was, and it will be the battle of which forward line can break the defense. England had far more chances, but they will be cursing the fact that they could not capitalize their penalty corners.
I think same can be said about India, truth be told. This is one of those matches which you're looking at it on the surface, oh, it's finished 0-0. But the real question you should be asking yourself is how? How has it finished 0-0? Both teams had so many chances, and now to make things worse, Spain beating Wales 5-1 has suddenly blown the group wide open, because again, if either of India and England drop points in their next game and Spain get a win, they could potentially be group toppers.
Absolutely, absolutely. So look, this is what has happened, okay? Today, Spain have beaten Wales 5-1. And what that has done is, it has improved Spain's goal difference.
Right.
This 0-0 draw is bad news because you've not improved upon the goal difference, and on top of that, England have managed to hold their own.
Exactly.
So what has happened now is, with 4-4-3, but Spain's next encounter is not going to be easy. It's going to be against England. And India will face Wales. But if India are in a very, very tricky predicament, they have to blame themselves. And England, they'll be cursing the fact that, okay, consider this. First quarter, 7 to 9 minutes, England had 5 consecutive penalty corners.
If you look at the first half, which was the first 2 quarters, they had 9 penalty corners overall. So that's a lot of penalty corners to actually waste. And truth be told, they're going to be cursing themselves for actually letting go of so many good chances.
How could you miss 5 consecutive penalty corners? That is the one thing England will be asking themselves. And remember, the Indian defense today, they were tested in a very big way.
Even the Indian goalkeeper, Pierce Rajesh, was having to dive all over the place. He was making one save after the other. Wasn't the easiest of games by any stretch of the imagination.
And one more worrying thing for India, Harmanpreet Singh is struggling with the penalty corner conversion, and that is not good news.
Yeah, considering he's your best PC taker.
Absolutely. Because today he was struggling even on the rebound. And once that happens, it is easy for the players to just kick it out of the field of play.
Correct.
And remember, India have gotten out of jail today in a big way, because with just 5 seconds left on the clock, England had a penalty corner. What happened? They hit the post.
Correct.
They hit the post, and prior to that, it was building up to be a very, you may say, a fever pitch kind of a hostility, because Goodfield and Manpreet Singh, they had a heavy collision and tempers were flaring on the field at Rourkela. Now, because of that, England were on the offensive, India were on the back foot. The fans at the Birsa Munda Stadium were worried that, oh God, they have conceded a penalty with just 5 seconds to go. Why were they worried? Because in recent past, in the recently concluded 5 test series that India played against the Kookaburras, India conceded a penalty and they lost 5-4 with just 3 seconds to go.
Correct.
And it had happened even in the FIH Pro League encounter against the Netherlands. 2 seconds to go. Netherlands got the penalty corner and they scored, by which they won that encounter.
So it's actually been a unfortunate historic occurrence that India will end up conceding a penalty corner late and then conceding a goal thereafter. So obviously, naturally, tensions were high at Rourkela. Normally, the fans, who are very, very supportive, at that point had actually gone just a little quiet, because there was a lot of nerves in the ground at that point in time. Of course, draw, still not the worst result that India could have.
And the positive, if you want to look at it, they still haven't conceded a goal.
Exactly.
But the draw doesn't, it actually has more negatives for India.
True.
Because your inability to convert penalty corners
Once again comes back to haunt you.
And that too, your ultimate drag flick specialist in Harmanpreet Singh, the
correct.
captain, he is struggling. That doesn't bode well, because yet again, we may say that England are ranked number 5, India are ranked number 6, Shane. But you've got the likes of Australia, Belgium and Netherlands coming up in the remainder of the tournament.
Correct.
You will encounter either 1 or 2 of them, definitely.
You will encounter much tougher opposition when you make it to the knockouts.
They will make you pay.
Yeah, and like the way England were very, very lax with their penalty corner taking. I don't think a Belgium, a Netherlands, or specifically even especially an Australia will be that kind.
The Kookaburras are beasts when it comes to penalty corners. And why do you think India has struggled in that aspect? Because Australia's physical game and their penalty corner conversions are simply magnificent. Just ask the likes of Jake Wetton, just ask Blake Govers. How have they managed to transcend Australia? It's in this way. Penalty corner beasts. And that is why India lacks expertise in penalty. Rajan, you may cost them heavily. Yes, Rajan. Let's just give you an example of Belgium. Alexander Hendricks. Hendricks is one of the greatest drag flickers currently when it comes to penalty corners because the speed, even in slow motion, his speed is twice that of the next best player.
Correct.
That is why Belgium have gotten the better of Australia in the recent encounters. But if India face either of Belgium or Australia looking at the current form that they are in, they are in big, big trouble.
Because again, if you give away even half these number of penalty corners against an Australia, Belgium, even a Netherlands really, they will make you pay. And you might not convert all of them, but you're going to be a couple of goals down by the time it's half time.
Exactly. Then you'll have to rely on pure instinct and pure adrenaline to get you there. So there are positives in the fact that India's defense has been solid in the first two games.
But their offense needs to be much better.
Much better. And the likes of Amit Rohidas and Hardik Singh, they need support from the likes of Manpreet, Jarmanpreet, Harmanpreet, and we have to also understand that all these players can only do so much. So a 0-0 draw is not the right result, especially for India, but it is at least better than a loss.
Yeah, loss would have been meant that your
Costly.
chances,
Very
because
costly.
then it would have meant that your chances of making it to the top of the group were really reliant on others. Right now, India still know you got to win 7 points is all but enough. Again, you will still be hoping that England drop points, but it's still better than a draw, a loss. Because a loss would have meant then at best you're fighting for second or third place.
Absolutely.
Then that would have been a real problem.
So that is why now India's next encounter is on January 19th against Wales. Wales are out of contention after having lost 5-1 to Spain and also because England beat them in the previous encounter.
Correct, 5-0. So
5-0. So now what happens is equation is simple for top finish. If India beat Wales and either of Spain or England draw their game, then India will sail through to the quarterfinals.
yes, but if India win their match by a small margin and England win, then England will most likely be on top due to a superior goal
difference. And India will then have to play the crossovers and it will be with Group C, which is slightly easier because Belgium are in Group B, the Netherlands are in Group A, but who awaits them in Group C? It's the Aussies.
Well,
but
Aussies
Australia will
probably top their group.
Yep. So that is why it is going to be an action-packed hockey World Cup because the big guns have not faltered yet. So from now till 18th, there are no games for India and their last league game is on the 19th. We will have a clearer picture at that time which teams have made it to the quarterfinals. Equation simple for India. Win by a big margin
and
against Wales and hope that England win against Spain or Spain win against England but not by big margins.
Actually, if Spain beat England, then it's pretty much easy for India because they'll have 7 points.
Yes.
So they would really hope that Spain can do them a favor or England have a drop points.
Yeah, drop points. Remember, even if you finish third, you are not eliminated, you will go into the crossovers.
Yeah.
Only the team that finishes fourth
Are eliminated.
And that at this point in time, it is Wales who are eliminated.
So India,
from
again, to sum things up, draw not the worst result in the world, could have been better, but still very much in with a chance. And hopefully by 19th, we'll have a clearer picture of where it is they stand. Obviously, a lot of things to work on, and we'll be bringing you all the updates from Sports Today as and when, we get to know some interesting stuff from the Hockey World Cup. Thank you guys very much for joining us on this live stream. Please don't forget, like, share, subscribe, tap the bell, leave us a comment, follow us on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook, and download the SportsTak app and check out the website as well. Thank you all. Bye-bye for now.
Vanakkam.